See here, look at this sedimentary rock. One of the most awe-inspiring, wow, look at this, things I've ever seen was when I was, this is pretty good too though, I was riding an Enfield, an old Bullet, through India, and I went up to the pass between Leh and Ladakh, which is the highest highway on earth. You know, it really puts the high in highway. I get it. Anyway, and I was up there, and it's amazing because you're in this sort of rich, thick green pasture, and then, oh, here we can open it up a bit. And as your altitude climbs, the vegetation dies off, so it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and then it just disappears. So it's this is pretty. Also, look at that. Whoa, you can see more of this sedimentary rock. See over there. We're going around to it in a moment. These diagonal things there, see, and that's sat on a bed of an ocean or a riverbed at some stage, probably the ocean, I believe, and then been packed hundreds and hundreds of feet underground to form like that. Everybody knows most people know what sedimentary rock is. That's not that interesting. But I was going up this highest motorable road in Leh and came over. Can take you there. And there's more up there. And see how the mountains, it's sort of all at odd angles. This is how mountains are formed. So tectonic plates move together. Oh, look at this. And they crack and they rupture and they pop up, causing these mountains. So what was flat is then like jutting out at all odd angles. I guess like you've got a sheet of paper and you pushed it together, it sort of crunkles in weird ways but pushes up, creates mountains and valleys. And I was up going across this thing, and it's gotten to the point where all of the trees have died out and the shrubs have died out, and the only thing left are these little yellow things that look like, I don't know, coral or something. I mean, living on land, but just these yellow lumpy things that very much looked organic but felt a bit like rock. And oh, here we go. And one of the most humbling sights was I just came around this bend a little bit like this one, sweeping left-hander, and then there was this almost vertical, this just giant, must have been hundreds of feet tall slab of sedimentary rock. Here we are. And it just made me think, goodness, this earth is so old. We as humans are like, well, back in the 1500s things were so different, and these mountains are just like, the what? Like it's just, oh, look at these lovely rows of lavender. Just incredible time scales we live on in this planet. We're just here for a little blink and then we're gone. And this is sort of slightly why you do things like this. Because you're only here for a tiny little bit, and the world's going to change, and humans are going to cease to exist at some stage. In the meantime, those rocks are just still going to be there. Barely notices the difference between dinosaurs and humans. Like, oh, it's a different living thing. I mean, I'm not suggesting mountains are sentient. That would just be strange. But it just made me feel very small, in a nice way, I think. And this is why I motorcycle journey. This is why I ride. Watch out, slow down for the crossroads. It's not really a crossroad, just one side. Okay. Because you get out here and you just look at this. Look at this. Just look at it all. Little windsock, don't know what you fly, but there you go. Yeah, This is why I ride, and this is why I ride Eva. I left Dover 2 days ago, left London 2 days ago, went via Dover, caught a ferry across, 30 quid, pretty reasonable. They didn't even check my passport, so I don't know how France knows where I am. It doesn't seem to care. Came through Calais, didn't get to see any migrants, was looking out for them, on the lookout for them. And I've been wanting to do this trip for years. I got an old TDM, wanted to do it. Wow, look where we are. Oh, this is pretty. Look at this. Ye oldie.